come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, by the one, the only, Chief Nakahoma himself. It is Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn, a.k.a. Lupine Fiasco. Sesums, what's up?
Man, we gotta throw in. If I'm gonna have so many nicknames, we have to throw in your nickname too, the whole Buffalo.
I do love it.
It's fitting. I've never met a more whole Buffalo-inest person in my life. You know,
I aspire to embrace the Buffalo in everything that I do. Shout out Big Herm in the chat, by the way.
Big Herm.
Always representing. Chase, what a week it's been. What a time it's been. We had our mega preview show last week where we went through 2 weeks of both college football and the NFL. It was a lot.
Didn't we do 3?
We did 3?
We did 3.
Oh my god, I think we did 3. Yeah. Oh my god, we did 3 weeks.
That's a lot.
We did weeks like 6 to 9 of college football and weeks 7 to 7, 7, 8, and 9 of college football, and then 6, 7. Whatever. We're somewhere along the lines. I figured out where we're at. Currently, we are sitting on week 10 for college football and week 9 of the NFL. That's where we're sitting right now.
That was the most overwhelming episode of anything I've done in a long time. Picking all of those. That's like 400 games we picked. It feels
my
like
my mouth and jaw were hurting just because like that was one of the few episodes we have where it's just constantly fucking firing left, right, all over.
I was starting to get the like dehydrated in the desert, like white stuff at the corner of my lips. You know.
I look like a backstage hand on this episode, by the way, with my all black going on.
That's nice. That or like a busboy at a fancy restaurant.
I do have busboy vibes. I was a barback for a little bit.
I had
some booze that way.
My older roommate Lex. He was going out for a date, and he walked into my room and was like, "How do I look?" You know, in like black pants and a black shirt. And I was like, "Did you intend to dress like a waiter for your date? Because you might need to change up that there, Johnny Cash."
I could throw on the mask just to make it all black.
We still have to do that.
We do have to do that. We have to. Maybe we should do that the week of college football and just make it like a special time.
I'm still voting for when like the temperature is like below 60 degrees. It's hot. It's hot in that thing.
Dude, it's nice in here, bro. It was raining as shit today.
Yeah, we had storms move through. I'm getting ready to go to Chicago where the high is like very low 80s the entire time.
You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be fun, and that's the Midwest. Chase, what's up with college football? I don't know where we're at. Right? Well, I know where we're at for this year, but where is the future of college football?
I'll tell you what. For a sport that prides itself on the tradition and the rivalry, turns out
they don't give a fuck.
Sure doesn't give a shit about tradition and rivalry. That's for sure.
So the Big Ten has now also added Washington and Oregon. The Big 12 has grabbed Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah. And as of today, I saw some rumblings that the ACC had some potential interest in Cal and Stanford.
Well, we can't forget to mention that Colorado is also headed to the Big 12.
Colorado's also the Big 12. So as it stands right now, next year, the Pac-12 would only sit, if everything stays the same as right now, the Pac-12 sits at Cal, Stanford, Oregon State, and Washington State.
Yeah. That the insanity that the Apple Cup and the Civil War like aren't conference things is just disappointing. Just
very disappointing.
Super disappointing. Also, has anyone done a wellness check on Bill Walton yet? Like that was the first thing that came to mind was like, oh dear God, like how will Bill Walton handle this?
Not well, I assume.
I assume not well. I assume. And then I don't know, maybe just those 3 teams play each other, or those 4 teams play each other 3 times.
And then they crown a conference. It would be really hilarious if that's how it ended up, and the Pac-12 still gets an auto bid in the new playoff.
Now they are talking. I've heard rumblings of the way the Pac-12 survives is a merger between them and the Mountain West.
I just feel like that's just the Mountain West with 4 extra teams now. Then, I think the Pac, like the feel and vibe and the Pac 10, 12, whatever, the Pac-12's dead.
Yeah, but I mean, a merger of those, and if you keep the whole Pac-12 designation, then maybe you have like a path for some of these teams that have been traditionally Group of 5 teams to be Power 5 teams to make it to the playoff.
Potentially.
And a lot of teams that we really like too. Between the San Diego States, the Fresno States, the Wyomings, the Boise's. Sometimes we like them.
I would love that. I feel like they would definitely 100% find a way to just keep, like, they would change the playoff designation, and it wouldn't be like a Power 5 anymore. It would just be like a Power 4.
Right. The Pac-12 wouldn't be an entity that counts. It would just be, yeah. I can see that.
It would just be a new group. Like, I feel like the future is heading in a way where there is, like, going to end up being 3 levels of college football. Of, like, of Division One college
of
football.
FBS college football.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be I think there's gonna be your power conferences. I feel like the ACC is on life support, maybe, or like it's treading in water.
It's gonna depend what happens to like teams like Florida State and to Clemson, because there's also rumblings that those teams might end up in the SEC now.
I don't think there's a shot. I mean, it depends when it would happen. Like, Florida State's trying to get private equity money to kind of get out of their their whole deal, but they could potentially be on the hook for like $400 million.
That's insane.
If stuff doesn't work out.
Insanity.
Oh, Erm wants us to talk about Maryland. When you talk about schools who are like incredibly lucky,
yeah,
who's luckier than Maryland and Rutgers?
Nobody.
Like, what's the difference between, like, a Maryland and a Rutgers and a Washington State and an Oregon State? It's just location. It's like what conference they're in at the time.
It's the fact that they're at this point Big Ten legacy. You know, like that's really the only thing that they have. That's the only reason that they're still in that conference. I got to think.
Do you think they'd ever find a way for? Do you think these conferences like the SEC and Big Ten? Do you think they'd ever try and be like, hey, we're gonna shuffle some of these teams around. We're gonna skedoodle some of these boys.
Just see you later. It was nice having you, but
like the SEC just waves goodbye to like Vanderbilt.
To Vanderbilt, who else would be on that list? Oh God, Arkansas maybe. No, we're basketball. We have a good basketball.
You got basketball. You got basketball. I want South Carolina maybe if they don't like really pick it up.
Yeah, possible.
Auburn. No, I'm just.
God, that would be sweet. That would be so sweet. No, I mean, I don't know. I think right now it's like it's in these conferences' best interest to not say goodbye to anybody and just accumulate until it hits a point where it's gotten ridiculous and they have to say goodbye. And I think we're probably decades away from that.
Probably. I'm excited. I'm sickly excited to see what the Big Ten does as far as like what they do for a conference next year. Obviously, this is the last year of the East and the West. Right. I want to know how they're splitting this up. Are they going to do like 2 sides of the conference with divisions of 9 and 9? Are they going to do like bubbles? Are they going to do, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really, that's the big question is like, how are they going to schedule this where, you know, you play some of these teams more than like once a decade? Yeah. You know, that seems to be the tough part. And I'm with you. Like I don't know. I don't think that they're thinking about any of that right now. It's just like, it's just money. Let us accumulate as many chips as we can. And the chips just happen to be college sports programs.
Dude, how would you feel if you were like a UCLA water polo team player, remember?
Right. And having to go to, I mean, I guess they play water polo in the Big Ten, but like, yeah, and you have to
Maybe.
go to fucking Ohio and shit like that. No,
You're on the bowling team now.
yeah, it's just the regionality, the loss of regionality. I understand that the world is a smaller place than it was whenever all these rivalries and regional rivalries were formed, but like,
There's something beautiful about it, though,
yeah,
about the regionality of like what college sports has been, and so there's the two things I hate about it most. Like, I feel like every bout of realignment has taken a little bit away from the sport. And
yeah,
sometimes it's changed it for some fun things, but I think there's overall it's taken things away. I feel like this one in particular, the way it's headed, is it's becoming a little bit more like NFLified, where they're gonna try and do like they're gonna try and just get these bigger conferences, and they're trying to make the sport smaller by making these conferences bigger. Like, I get a lot of people only care about the top schools. There's
yeah.
plenty of people that only care about like the top 10, let alone the top 25. But college football to me has always been way more than that.
No, I agree. Like, I personally think, and I know you agree with this, games in like the Sun Belt and the Mountain West are way more fun than some of these, big conference games. Like the football is just more fun. It's more fun to watch. Like it's weird. I'm with you. Like, I do think it's getting.
It feels
NFL.
sterile.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting NFLified, and if it's NFLified, then it's like it's hard to. I don't know. Like, I way prefer college football to the NFL, so I'm never going to be pro any sort of change that makes it more like the NFL.
1000% agree. And if it does become more like the NFL, where it becomes like extremely NFLified, I feel like if they're become almost indistinguishable, I feel like college sports will always have some stupid factor. Like, there's a certain stupidity to college sports that just, especially college football, that just, I don't know if that ever goes away. But if it ever starts, I feel like I'd rather just watch the NFL at that point.
Yeah, see, but I don't know. Like, especially for like people like me and you, like, I know it's got to be in Nebraska like it is in Arkansas. That is the NFL team,
Oh, Nebraska, I will always root for Nebraska, but there's something like, if it takes away from my enjoyment of watching other things, you could see people become like, oh, I'm an Arkansas fan or I'm a Nebraska fan, and I really only watch like their games. And I don't care. Like, I care less about the sport as a whole.
Yeah, that's true. No, I can see it. It seems like the smaller conferences are only going to matter to the gamblers anymore.
They'll matter to me, damn it. Bigger mass. If all you could watch in NCAA football was Cal versus Virginia, how much more would you watch the sport? Personally, I'd watch it a lot.
1,000 times more.
Yeah.
1,000 times more.
Can you imagine how stupid those games would be?
Dumb. Just absolutely dumb.
So let's think of, okay, so if the ACC does get Cal and Stanford, there are no strictly regional, like Power 5 conferences?
Yeah.
Are there any strictly regional conferences at that point besides the Sun Belt and the MAC?
You could still kind of count the SEC, the Oklahoma.
You can count the SEC.
Oklahoma and Missouri are pushing it a little bit, and Texas, yeah. But like Oklahoma's more Midwest to me, and Texas is just its own thing.
Yeah. Like the SEC, kind of. Not the Big Ten, obviously. The Big 12, not a shot. And the ACC, if they do grab them, not a shot. Conference USA, no. Mountain West?
I personally would like to see the Pac-12 Mountain West combined.
I wouldn't mind that. I'd like that.
Especially if they keep their like Power 5 designation, because there are a lot of little teams in there that I like that I want to have a shot.
I don't think there's a shot that they could. They still wouldn't have the money to compete, I feel.
Oh, hell no. But, it'd be nice to see one of them make the playoff.
It would be very nice to see, like, a Fresno State in the playoff.
Yeah, dude. I would. That's the kind of thing that I would be. That would make me pro this move, is if you get like a Mountain West Pac-12 merger and you get to see a Fresno State, a Wyoming, a San Diego State in the playoff.
That'd be sick. Even a Washington State or Oregon. How cool would it be if like Oregon State won the Pac-12 this year?
It would be pretty nice. There are a lot of teams that aren't going to get calls in the Pac-12 this season. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So might have to readjust some thoughts and some futures.
And shout out to the Big Ten for at least getting Oregon and Washington at a discount.
For sure.
They got them for nothing, dude, compared to like USC and UCLA.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think of the Big Ten as maybe a little bit more formidable of a conference now with their additions. Like, because now you've got like the Nike money, you've got like the Southern Cal booster money.
Oh, you definitely also just like the level of teams, because the Big Ten to me, it's the 3 teams in the East and then everybody else. And like, there's a lot of teams that are like fine.
Yeah.
There's no teams that are anywhere near like Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. Especially like this year's pretty obvious.
And now for the Big Ten, like it doesn't hurt, like it's fine for them if like the California talent stays home because they're staying home to Big Ten teams.
Exactly.
Maybe was it Bryce Young, Caleb Williams were both California kids.
Yep.
And if does it cause Bryce Young to stay home and play for UCLA or USC? Who knows?
God, I'm telling you this. I'm gonna soak up this year as much as I can
before things get batshit. Yeah.
Before things get like way weirder.
Yeah, I'm with you. Enjoy it while you can before things get strange.
The other thing I wanted to discuss just a little bit before we get to our picks for the upcoming. We're on, by the way, week 10, college football, week 9 in the NFL. It is NFL preseason starting up in full this week. Shout out to all the XFL and USFL players that are going to be kind of showcasing their talents and vying for a contract spot. When the preseason is done, I think on Spring Fever, me and Eric are going to do a mega show and just go through everybody who got paid.
There we go. People who got the bag for showing out in the spring.
I looked it up last week. 9 Birmingham Stallions players already have contracts.
That's impressive.
9 of them.
That's
it's
impressive.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it does well for these spring leagues to consistently be, especially since they've decided to go the developmental route. Like it just mission accomplished. They're doing the right thing.
They are, and I'll take it as much as I can. I'm always going to be the guy shouting against labeling developmental, but I get it. It's the way to survive. I get it.
Right.
But Chase, it's time.
Let's go.
It's time. We gotta set the mood though. We gotta set it. I had it right here. God damn it. It's time, Chase, to pick college football.
That's ominous as fuck.
That's what we're going.
But also, it's like we're all about to die in battle. That's like what they play.
That's what it feels like in college football right now.
That's true. Let's
true. Go. Chase, this is Halloween weekend.
Ooh.
Halloween's on we actually have 2 Halloween matchups because it's Maction. Halloween's on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Maction. Halloween Maction, baby. Buffalo at Toledo.
Toledo.
Taking the Rockets. Yeah, give me Toledo. NIU at Central Michigan. Fire up, damn chips.
Fire up, damn chips. Though I do want to pick Bruce. It's a
That's
rule.
That's a tough one for you.
We take the directional mish.
That's a tough one for you. Ball State at Bowling Green, Wednesday, November 1st.
The fighting David Lettermans.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bowling Green here. Kent State at Akron. Give me the Zips.
Yeah, Akron.
Thursday. TCU at Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I'm going to go Tech as well. Wake Forest at Duke. I'm going Wake.
I'm going to go Duke.
South Alabama at Troy.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm going to take USA, though.
I'm also taking USA. I was super high on them last year. I'm very high on them this year. Boston College at Syracuse. Give me them orange.
Yeah, Syracuse.
Colorado State at Wyoming.
Wyoming
for me as well. We move to Saturday. Chase, Merrimack at UMass.
Yeah, let's go UMass. Let's go
UMass. Man. I thought for a second when I first saw it, I was like, oh, did we get FCS matches in here? But no, I forgot about UMass.
Nope, UMass gets cupcake too.
Kennesaw State at Sam Houston.
I'm going to Sam Houston.
Army Air Force in Denver, Colorado.
Give me the team that's used to elevation, Air Force.
Yeah, I'm taking Air Force as well. Hawaii at Nevada.
I will go Nevada.
UNLV at New Mexico.
UNLV.
I'm going to go UNLV here as well. Middle Tennessee at New Mexico State. I'm going New Mexico State.
Yeah, I'm going to go New Mexico State. East team going west.
La Tech at Libibity.
La Tech.
I'm going to go Libibity. Georgia Southern at Texas State. Give me Georgia Southern, baby.
Yeah.
Purdue at Michigan.
Michigan.
I'm going to go Michigan. If this was still a Jeff Brom-led Purdue, it'd be hard not to.
True.
Western Kentucky at UTEP. Give me the Miners of UTEP.
I'm going to take Western Kentucky.
Whoa, Red Amorphous Blob, baby. Boise State at Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Run, 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 run. Give me them dogs.
That's right. From the sleepy San Joaquin Valley.
UTSA at North Texas. Meet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, meet it all the way.
UCF at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I'm going to roll UCF here.
dare
UCLA at Arizona.
UCLA. No,
Yeah.
Arizona. I'm going to go Arizona there.
I'm going UCLA here. Washington at USC. It's weird to think that this is going to be a Big Ten matchup eventually.
Right. Give me Washington.
I'm going to go USC. Florida State at Pitt.
Then I'm going to go Florida State.
Georgia Tech at Virginia. Give me Georgia Tech.
G-Tech.
Miami, Florida at NC State.
I'm going to go Miami.
I'm going to go Miami here as well. Virginia Tech at Louisville.
Give me Virginia Tech.
I'm going to go Louisville. BYU at West Virginia.
Is the seat hot for Jeff Brom in the first year?
It'd be very fun. Yeah, totally. BYU, WVU.
Where?
At West Virginia. I'm going to go West Virginia.
I'm still taking BYU.
The Mormons in them hills?
Yeah.
Houston at Baylor. Baylor for me.
Baylor.
Kansas at Iowa State. Give me Kansas.
I'm going to go Kansas, yeah.
K-State at Texas.
K-State.
K-State revenge, for the love of God, please. Oklahoma at Oklahoma State.
Okay, State.
OK State for me as well. The Clit at Tulsa.
Give me the disrespected Biff Poggi.
I'm taking Tulsa here. I'm gonna run with a Golden Hurricane once.
I'm
again.
gonna end up with Charlotte like 6-6 because I've picked the disrespected Biff Poggi every week since he's been disrespected.
He's been disrespected a lot, so you're gonna have to keep picking him. Oregon State at Colorado.
I'm gonna go Oregon State.
I'm gonna go the Beavs. Florida Atlantic at UAB. I'm going FAU.
I'm gonna go UAB.
I like it. Navy at Temple.
Navy.
Temple here. SMU at Rice.
SMU.
I'm going to go SMU as well. Eric's telling me, remember the story BJ Beatty told about going to West Virginia? They were getting shit like thrown at them when he played at Colorado.
Like, keep your helmets on.
Yeah. They're wild in the mountains. Tulane at East Carolina. I'm going to go Tulane.
I'm going to go Tulane as well.
USF at Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Tigers in Memphis. Coastal Carolina at Old Dominion. Give me Coastal.
Yeah.
James Madison at Georgia State.
Let's go JMU.
Also the bus wheels got unscrewed when they went to West Virginia.
Amazing.
I love it. I'm going JMU as well. Louisiana at Arkansas State.
Wolves up.
I'm going to go Louisiana. Marshall at App State.
App State.
I'm going to go App State here as well. ULM at Southern Miss.
ULM.
I'm going to go I'm going to go Southern Miss. Utah State at San Diego State.
San Diego State.
San Diego State for me as well. Stanford at Washington State. Give me Wazoo.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Cal at Oregon. I'm going to go Oregon.
I'll go Oregon as well.
Illinois at Minnesota.
Illinois.
Give me Illinois. LSU at Alabama.
Ooh, give me
I know.
LSU.
I'm going to also take LSU, but that's a banger game.
That is the Saving Bowl typically is.
Auburn at Vanderbilt. I'll go Auburn.
Vandy.
That'd be how happy would you be? Honestly.
A million happy.
If Vanderbilt just beat Auburn.
Infinity happy.
Hot seat year one for Hugh Freeze.
There we go.
I feel like if any school does a hot seat year one, it's Auburn.
Probably.
Campbell at North Carolina. Give me North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't think the Camels have the firepower. I will go North Carolina.
Great logo,
as well.
though.
Yeah, totally. Dude, just talk about knowing who you are. The Campbell Camels.
Arizona State at Utah.
Utah.
I'm going to go Utah. Iowa versus Northwestern. Neutral site in Chicago.
Iowa.
I'm going to go Iowa here. Northwestern's going to be really bad. I thought they were going to be bad. They're going to be really bad.
Extremely bad now, yeah.
Jacksonville, maybe worse P5 bad. Jacksonville State at South Carolina. Give me South Carolina.
I'll go South Carolina also.
Kentucky at Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
I'm going to roll with Kentucky. Missouri at Georgia. I'm going to go Georgia here.
I'll go Georgia.
Eric's asking, did the PJ Fleck stuff just disappear? I feel like it's not going to affect him at all the controversy or whatever about PJ Fleck.
Oh, I hadn't even heard about that.
Some players allege that he ran a bad program or something, and it's. Do you remember the stuff from last year at all?
No, I don't.
Well, it's that basically.
Okay.
It's just more of that. So.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't think it affects anything. Nebraska at Michigan State. I'll go with Nebraska.
We go to Nebraska also.
Notre Dame at Clemson.
Notre Dame.
I'm going to go Notre Dame here too. Ohio State at Rutgers.
Ohio State.
Penn State at Maryland. I'm going to go Penn State.
Penn State.
Texas A&M at Ole Miss. I'm going to go A&M.
We go Ole Miss.
Bigger PJ Fleck is a snake oil salesman, but he's damn good at it.
Yeah, he is.
And Eric, Mel Tucker does need to go on the hot seat. UConn at Tennessee. I'm going to go Tennessee.
We can go Tennessee also.
Wisconsin at Indiana. I'm going to go Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll take Wisconsin too.
Arkansas at Florida.
Man, we never win in the swamp.
Really?
Yeah, but we're doing it this year, Arkansas.
I don't know about... No, I'm going Arkansas too. I'm going Arkansas. 100%. Can't not go Arkansas. Time for the NFL, Chase.
Let's go.
The Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers for your Thursday night football matchup.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
I'm also going to take the Steelers. Dolphins versus Kansas City. It just says versus. I don't know if that means neutral site or what that means, but it says versus. Dolphins versus Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I will also go with the Chiefs here. That's weird. Vikings at Falcons.
I will take the Falcons.
I'm going to take the Vikings in that one. The Seahawks at the Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Ravens from me too. Cardinals at the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns.
Browns.
Rams at the Packers.
Rams.
I'm going to go Packers. The Bucks at the Texans.
I will take the Texans. I'm going to take the Texans.
I'm going to take the Bucks here. I'm actually taking the Bucks. I think this is my first win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Washington Commanders at the Patriots. Go Pats.
I'm going to go Pats also.
The Bears at the Saints.
Saints. Who dat?
Saints. John Trey Kirkland breakout game. Calling it right here. Week 9.
600 yards receiving. 9 touchdowns.
Colts at the Panthers. I'm going to roll with the Panthers.
I'm going to go with the Panthers also.
Giants at Raiders.
Give me the Giants.
I'm going to take the Raiders. Cowboys at Eagles. Give me the Eagles.
Give me the Eagles too, but I think that's going to be a game.
I think it'll be a very fun game. Sunday night, Bills at Bengals.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
That's a banger game.
That's the first one. That's the Bills back in Cincinnati after DeMar Hamlin.
When did that happen, by the way? Was that December, or was that what week was that last year?
That was like January 3rd.
It wasn't a playoff game.
No, they're not in the playoffs at that point. It was like one of the last seasons of one of the last weeks of the regular season. No, it was right after New Year's. I swear it was January 3rd.
Oh, it was the Monday night, January 2nd, Buffalo.
Okay.
No, that was it was canceled. Buffalo at Cincinnati was canceled.
That's right.
Okay, I gotta go back to 2023.
This was like a mini rivalry because of like how the schedule was going to shake out and everything, and the Bills not happy about it, but this is going to be like a weird emotionally charged game.
Yep, it will be a very weird one. And then Monday Night Football, Chargers at Jets.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I'm on the Jets. I feel like they just find a way to charger this game.
That's fair.
Eric also says the best part of the report on PJ Fleck was that the team had to clap when PJ walked in the room. If he didn't like the applause, then he would re-enter the room and make them do it again. That's a very PJ Fleck thing to do.
Yeah. If you can't clap, how are you supposed to rowboat?
I feel like when you bring in PJ Fleck for your program, you kind of know what you're getting.
I agree.
I agree. You're getting the whole thing. Like, you're getting it PJ Fleck's way or nothing at all. And to be fair, he's been good at Minnesota, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a brand. You can't expect him to be – he's always going to be that high enthusiasm, row the boat, we're the underdogs guy. And I think that's kind of what you have to expect. Like, when you hire PJ Fleck, you know that your brand now at the university is PJ Fleck.
I mean, he's got them 9 wins the last 2 years.
It's impressive for Minnesota.
And then, obviously, 2019, 11-2.
Yeah.
You can't – I don't know what more you can ask for if you're Minnesota. He does not work on any, upper-tier program.
No.
Not a shot. It has to be, a mid-tier at best college football team.
He's got to get kids who are projects and, make them, believe in themselves with his whole philosophy.
He's put out good players.
It's true.
He gets them good receivers and whatnot. But Chase, that'll round us out. It was kind of downer of an episode overall.
Yeah.
Damn college football. Damn greedy fucking ESPN and Fox and conferences and fucking Texas and the Big Ten.
I mean, what do we expect? We live in America. We have to stare into the bloody jaws of capitalism.
God damn it. Well, on that note, Chase, where can the people find you?
I'm around.
Your shit.
I'm around. I'm not going to be doing it. I'm going to be out of town this week, not doing anything, so I'll be around.
That sounds wonderful. Y'all know where to find me everywhere at XFL Gym. I got a lot coming up. It's going to be a very fun, very interesting week for moi, and we will see you guys maybe next week, but we'll see you in the future for another episode of the Jimnasium. So long.